great energy today. Always great energy. When you put the pads on for the first time, I thought it was great to have so many fans come out to watch practice today. I don't know what the ending number will be, but it was. I think it created an even better atmosphere for the players out here, and we certainly had some recruits on campus, I think, that enjoyed practice as well. Questions?
Your thoughts on the quarterbacks? People care about.
Yeah, no doubt, and certainly I think the most important decision every year is who you go out there and be the starting quarterback. It had a tremendous effect on everything in your program. I thought there was some good and some bad today. It was the first time we saw some blitzes in practice. I don't know that we handled those as well as we would have liked to. My expectations, I think, are a little bit higher. I really want to go back and look at the throws, make sure that the routes are being run where we want them to before I really critique it. But I think when we come out on Tuesday, though, the reps are going to be distributed a little bit differently than they have in the first three practices. And those are decisions that between now and then we're going to have to get together as a staff and make.
Can you talk about the helmet cams?
Sure.
How did they come about?
It was something that was offered to us in the off season, and we were able to purchase them, and we've got them on all the quarterbacks. And I think it's really been a helpful teaching tool for us as a program for the coaches to be able to look at the film, see exactly where the quarterback's eyes are before the snap, where they're looking during the play. And I think it's just one more piece of information that Coach Friedgen and the staff can use to help coach those quarterbacks and make sure that everything we're doing is in the right sequence up until the point we throw the ball. So I think it's been really valuable. I know it's something that people have been trying to do for a long time and have tried to figure out different ways over the last couple of years to do it. But now we've got them in practice and we've got all the quarterbacks in. It's been really good.
What do you see from that? Do things happen too quickly sometimes when the quarterback moves his head? Or
no, I think what you can see right away is some of the younger guys, how many different things they're looking at in the wrong sequence, or how quickly they're. With a more experienced quarterback, there's almost a calmness to the video as you watch it. With a lesser experienced quarterback, there's almost a hurried or a rushed vision. And I think you can say that to a younger player, but when they see it themselves, they wow, what am I doing? Why are my eyes moving all over the place? I think it really becomes valuable. And we saw a marked improvement from practice 1 to practice 2. And I'm anxious to see now, today with the pads being on, with the defense being a little bit more involved, have we still made progress or have we reverted a little bit again? It'll be interesting to see how the progress goes throughout spring.
What did you see from the offensive and defensive linemen with it being the first day in pads?
I saw some physical play. I thought that was good. I thought on both sides of the ball we had guys trying to be physical. That shows up front more than anywhere else. The front seven on defense, your O-line, tight ends, your fullbacks on offense. That I'm very pleased with. But I told the team, what I saw as a whole as a program is too much inconsistency of play. And we made some spectacular plays out here on offense. We made some spectacular plays out here on defense. But there's too many of the other kind, the unforced errors. The guys we're not picking up, we're not blocking something correctly, or we're not covering something correctly, or we're not fitting something correctly. Those are things that I think we have to raise our expectation level as a program and do them right at an earlier stage. I know it's only practice 3, but I don't know that anything we're doing right now is that complicated. I think we can be better in a hurry. Hopefully by practice 4 we will be.
Kyle, with Caleb being able to play the same offensive line position 2 years in a row for the first time ever, do you think does that help him? Does that help him make a jump that he's, not learning? I don't know how different left tackle and right tackle are.
Sure. I think it helps. I think, the switches from left guard to right guard, I don't know if that's really that big of a deal. I've had a lot of players who've done that. But I think there's always an advantage to repetition. And the more reps you get at the same position, I think the better you're going to be. And I think just by virtue of that, it'll be helpful to me.
How comfortable are you right now at free safety?
I don't know. I don't know that I'm comfortable in very many places right now. I think we've got a lot of players back, but we're at the early stages of what we're doing as a football team, and we've got a long way to go. But what I am comfortable with is the effort, and that to me is always where you have to start. Because if you don't have that, then you don't have any chance. So we've got great effort out here. And now I think we're going to play better football.
Can you talk about Andre Patton, especially one of the standouts for the spring?
Andre has really came on toward the end of the season last year, and his role got a little bit bigger as the season went on last year. And he's going to be a guy we're going to count on to make plays. And he's going to be out. He's going to play a lot of football for us this year. With Brandon and Karan moving on, he's a guy that immediately moves in to whoever the friggin'. I don't get as caught up with those positions in terms of who starts because it's a rotation position, but And whether he's the guy who's out there for the first play or not, it won't matter. He's going to play a lot of football in the games, and we have high expectations for him. He's going to need to be productive over the course of the season for us to be successful.
Time for 2 more.
However, the reps are divvied up on Tuesday. Do you for quarterback, do you kind of anticipate that being the same way throughout the rest of the spring, or will it change, from week to week, practice to practice?
I think there's always opportunities for every player to move themselves up the depth chart. I mean, guys are going to have to keep working, but the reality of that position is there's only so many balls you can throw in a practice, and you have to give the people at the top a chance to really improve their game if you want to be an elite offense. So I don't think anybody's ever buried to the point where they can't move back up the depth chart. It's just it's going to be limited a little bit more, and sometimes for a player, sometimes their reps or the bulk of their reps are going to be in Indy and 7-on-7 as opposed to the team periods.
Kyle, is your approach football is football? It doesn't make a difference what league we're playing in.
I think the league you play in always affects you a little bit. And what I've said, I think about the league we're moving into, I think we've always in the last 9 seasons played competitive football in the leagues we've been in. There have been good football teams in all those leagues, and I think in the postseasons that has played out. But I think the challenge of this league is the week after week physicality of the league. I think to me that is going to be the challenge for us as a football team. It's not. I don't necessarily feel that it changes the way you recruit. But as we go through it, I think that we're going to have to be conscious of it. And I got the advice from Brian Kelly during bowl week, because they play essentially a similar type of Big Ten schedule, when they're not in the conference. That you got to make sure you have enough linemen on both sides of the ball. And I think for us, we're trying to build that depth right now as we get ready to go into that week.
Thanks, Scott.